Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ESL 1 Road to Rio. We've had a bit of a turbulent start in terms of a couple of tech issues, but we're right into the action. A little bit late into the pistol round, I must say, Blair. But you know, we did see ESPADA take the pistol win here.
Yeah, we missed a round, but that's alright. We still have a lot of maps to be played out, and looking at these two teams, one would be forgiven for believing that it is going to be quite a battle indeed. Hard Legion against ESPADA, and both the teams have had a pretty tumultuous path so far. I do believe ESPADA are 0-2 right now. They did lose in Navi initially, a rough game for them, and then a very close affair against Simon Gaming where they did lose 2-1. And of course for Hard Legion, kind of a similar storyline. I do believe they played against Simon. It was a very close victory for Simon, and then they got pretty much battered by Prosto. So a lot to prove for both the teams. Both of them 0-2 right now, and looking at the way they've played at the moment, I do believe they're kind of evenly matched.
Yeah, they're very evenly matched. I think Hard Legion are currently 50th in the world on the HLTV rankings, and ESPADA are currently 54th. So very evenly matched. Yeah, and I think their map pools are pretty similar as well. When they've played each other recently, it's been 2-2 split, you know, 2 wins, 2 losses for both the teams. So yeah, it's an incredibly close matchup between these two teams, and I think that's exactly what we see a lot of the time within the CIS region anyway. So should be a good matchup. Should be all three, I'd say.
Indeed, be all three, as we do see ESPADA after winning the pistol round, just losing a couple of players as well. They are taking a sweet time, inching up towards this A side, but the problem is Hard Legion have managed to stack almost all of the players towards that A bomb side. They have the Deagles, 5-7s, a scout in the hands of Rage, who is just peering down top mid. He hasn't spotted anyone out, and they should be careful. There is a player walking out from lower tunnels, and that is Dexter. He's going to make a little bit of contact, and that's actually going to draw the rotation. The seed is looking a little confused at the moment. Sotfik has taken a bit of damage, and with 29 seconds on the clock, they have to go for this A bomb side commit. And this could get very ugly indeed, Denko.
This could get absolutely horrible. We know Hard Legion are a team that can be involved in quite a lot of these forced buy wins. We'll see if that's going to be the case into round number 2. It's going to be Finnegan and Dima taking the first 2 kills, coming back, and it's Dexter with 1, and Kinky getting a double, looking for more. And it's the 5-7 that just triples up inside of the site. And there's no time to get anything done here for the T side. A huge play from Kinky, and that delivers Hard Legion their first round win and their first forced buy of the match, which I'm sure we will get to see a lot of, Blair.
I don't even. Kinky out of nowhere. They got the first 2 opening kills actually went away of ESPADA. Kinky was alone, lands 3 shots, delays him for as long as possible, and all Rage had to do was stay alive, and it does so. I'm a little surprised that the T pushing out CD spawn didn't really go for the wall bang with the AK, at least under the boxes. He could have potentially got the kill, but Rage survives, and I think almost all of us remember that Hard Legion game against Simon, Dinko. That was some wild Counter-Strike, and here we go, off to a very similar start, but it's going to be Dexter opening up 2 quick kills on a B bomb site, and that's going to be gruesome indeed. Sotfik pushes in from mid, and Sviath and Krat left in a pretty much an unwinnable situation here. Krat kind of tries something a little cheeky. MP9, he spots out Sotfik, but no one's facing, and with the MP9 at that range, it's not really going to help matters for Mr. Krad.
Well, here we go. Strap yourself in, Blair. And ladies and gentlemen at home, this one is going to be a brawl, a battle in fourth. And while we've got ourselves Hard Legion losing the follow-up round. So, having to save over the M4A1S over and towards the pit. Krad stuck in the tunnels. I just get a chance onto one of these players, but they're going to walk right past him. Luckily, ESPADA keeping 2 players on the bomb side itself, but Dima might just be dead to rights. Indeed, he is. Long range not really favouring Krad here. Sotfik getting rid of him on the scout. And it's going to be another round on the board here for ESPADA. So yeah, at least saving M4A1S into the next shot here for Hard Legion. But other than that, they shouldn't really have too much to write home about.
Yeah, that was very convincing opening. I'm not even sure how Dexter got a double kill. He saw us at 6 HP, but getting 2 opening kills on the B bomb site without any ETs getting taken down, that's quite impressive indeed. Hopefully they'll be looking to, I mean, at least for the spot, they'll be looking to replicate that again. I want to take a quick look at the map picks and bans. We do have Dust2, the pick coming in from ESPADA. Then Hard Legion with the overpass pick, which they lost in a heartbreaking fashion to Simon, but we do know that Hard Legion are very comfortable on that map. And finally, if needs be, it is going to be the El Clasico, the decider. It is going to be an Inferno if it does go down to it. So pretty cool selection of maps here. We have Dust2, We got Overpass and we got Inferno. All three maps I personally like a lot. I know some people might have second thoughts about Dust2, but I personally do enjoy this. As ESPADA gonna open things up, they got an opening pick onto Long, and the Kinky just goes for the challenge, always lonesome. And Rage is being very ballsy indeed, all alone with the scout peeking out wide, and he misses the shot. The boost is going to be coming in. So ESPADA doing great work here. They haven't really lost anyone, they haven't taken any damage, and they've gotten some pretty decent map control early on in round number 4.
At this point, ESPADA going to be sending 4 players out towards Long. Just 1 up towards top middle, making his way through, and Hard Legion. They've got a decent setup over towards the outside of the map. 3 players currently positioned on towards short. So they can maybe get some damage done here, especially with the scout on the M4A1S. Ridge scoped in towards Long, looking for the first battle. He's going to be flashed off the angles. They charge forward. It's going to be an opportunity, but not a kill, unfortunately, coming there for Ridge. Now the push can come through from ESPADA, wanting to get on towards that A-bomb site, wanting to get involved in these fights, and that's exactly what Saltfinger will do, but he loses the battle, and 2 kills come in from Hard Legion. Now a slight chance to the CT side as they look to try and hold on. It's Patsy will try and get the ball plant through, but Rage coming through from Gandalf is going to catch himself. Dima pulls the USP, and he's going to be hoping for a magical performance for this position. That's 2 picked up already. Now the A1S looking for the last, but Dexter with a headshot. It'll be ESPADA winning the round, but at what cost?
That was too close to comfort, and for a moment there I believed. But Dexter, with great positioning, managing to clutch out what was a very, very important round for ESPADA. Losing that would have been disastrous. And yeah, at what cost? I agree with you, Dink. I mean, if you look at the economy, apart from Dexter, who's only died once so far, the rest of the cash for the T's isn't looking that great at the moment. However, luckily for them, Hard Legion with the forced buys now will finally have to make do with the USPs. They have deployed the 1 smoke towards mid to try and cover their tracks, but a 5-man stack towards a B bomb side, the classic. And they are slowly going to be creeping up here. There is a player lying in wait. It is going to be Mr. Dima with the AK-47. And the second spots at least 3 or 4 of them coming out. That's going to be the call for them to just rush in towards a bomb site. This is unfortunate for him. He's out in the open. He's going to land his spray. He finds just 2. But Finnegan is there close by. And he's going to ensure... Never mind, he gets burnt alive. This is already looking a little expensive. 2 AKs down already for a spot against what is a full eco. And Forrester has to retrieve the 1 AK-47. Sviat just spotting out anyone peering in towards mid. That's a problem with ESPADA, and this is kind of similar to what we saw in the previous game as well, Tinko. They do tend to hemorrhage too many players unnecessarily on these anti-eco rounds, especially even against like full ecos. That is something which is not a good sign.
Well, it's a good sign if you're a neutral and just want a crazy CIS matchup. Well, Saltfinger's going to catch Sviat. Round will be won by ESPADA. Forrester looking to save the AK into this next round. And he will be able to do that. So, 4-1. ESPADA off to the races here on the T side of Dust2. We often see teams sort of start off well here anyway on this T side. And CIS matchups, but I think it's almost a given that we're going to see Dust2 throughout one of them at least. One of the maps is generally Dust2. It's always a good affair. Now, Dust2, we've seen actually can be quite a competitive map between these CIS teams because they all just have some crazy amount of skills. They always make a load of unorthodox mistakes that allow for interesting rounds. And we'll see if that is the case here. Kinky looking to hold on to the double door. A good opening this time from Hard Legion.
That was weird from... Okay, they're just going for the contact mid and B plays, but no trades taking place. A little surprising from ESPADA, Sotfik and Dima. To, well, some might say the veterans in the team getting dropped early on. Now Finnegan, Patsy, and Dexter are left in a rough spot. Still very, very doable for ESPADA, but considering how they tend to bleed a lot of players on their anti-ecos, this is going to be a little hard here. A nice position from Krad. A good flashbang could be the end of it, but instead going to be making a lot of noise, walking on out. That's a free kill for Krad, and he knows Dexter's there. He heard the scope, wallbang coming from Dexter, but Krad's not going to be found out, and this should be the round. You don't really see it going their way. Flashbang, fake the decoy, but Krad isn't fall for it. That's actually ballsy from Krad. I felt he would turn away. And with that, it's all on Finnegan. 1v5. Not a single point of damage being dealt out to Hard Legion. And finally, a comfortable round going the way of the Legion guys.
Long time coming. And when they finally get it on the board, Crowd with the double. They find the opening and immediately ESPADA just kind of don't have an idea what's going on. Unable to get really too much done. So there we go. ESPADA will lose their most convincing round. Hard Legion actually, the only round they've actually picked up was off the back of pistols in a force buy scenario. So not the greatest of starts here for Hard Legion, but this is certainly maybe a point that they can turn things around and flip the tables completely. Counter-terrorists win. Got so many AKs here. Every single rifle, apart from the 2 ops that they've got here in the CT side, is an AK, so CT side have got a pretty solid buy coming into this round, Blair.
Yeah, and that round especially, I mean, it's against a full buy, and they keep all 5 players alive along with the AK upgrades. That's massive if you're Hard Legion. You're starting to, at least now you have a tiny little buffer of money to work with. And for ESPADA, what surprises me is they had so much utility in the previous round. They didn't use anything. They just went for the dry peaks towards B and mid and just got completely picked apart. I mean, sure, might have worked a couple of rounds, but bear in mind, Hard Legion were on an eco. They were with pistols and a scout and whatnot. And against a full buy, that is never ideal. Although I do believe better sense will prevail this time around. A little bit more utility usage coming out. Slotfic just clearing out towards mid. Kinky, Molotov in hand. Tosses it in as soon as he sees a flash popping up. Slotfic doesn't take any damage, just a 1 HP of damage. And making the presence felt towards short, that is Slotfic's job here. Meanwhile, the remaining T's, 4 players ready and gathered up outside the tunnels area, but the 2 players inside of it, and there's another player outside at mid, that is Kinky, and here comes the charge. The off from Bridge is blinded, but he still gets a kill, Dinko.
Still gets the kill indeed, and now the pressure's on, but look at the position for the ult. Luckily, his teammates are there inside of the site to distract away from him. He pulls the side on him, takes the kill on the 5-7, but under pressure again. He's still in that corner. Dexter's going to take him down, running over the top. Kills coming in from the T side, and now they've got the B bomb site. Bomb's not yet planted. It's actually lying in the middle of the site, and they've actually given it up. So Sviat can actually re-enter it via the window. To be waiting for that mid push to come through. Krat also has a flashbang, so if Sviat is to dart in towards the bomb site, he would have the flash from his teammate allowing him to do so, but Dexter making the excursion to try and pick up that bomb. Sviat is blinded. Krat holding the gap, and that's the headshot coming through, denying the pickup of the bomb, and now it's all onto Slotfic trying to make it happen. He's looking the wrong way. He's going to walk right in towards Sviat, but finds the headshot, and ESPADA will get a 5th round on the board. That was looking so good for Hard Legion.
How do you lose that? It's a 4v2. Great clutch from Slotfic, but how do you... bomb down, 2v2, and I mean, great play from Slotfic. They even had a read on him. He wasn't even looking the wrong way, but great aim, great composure to clutch it out. But I agree with you. That was a round that should definitely have gone the way of Hard Legion. Bomb down, 4v2, and somehow you lose that. That's gotta be hurt. That's gotta hurt. And Dexter, that smoke helped him stay alive, and he does get dinked down, but he will win the duel. That's a massive duel to win as well. Sviat will hit the floor early on, and this is looking like a very rough start for Hard Legion. They haven't made it easy for themselves.
Well, ESPADA could be bringing the bomb over towards the tunnels. It's going to be Dexter who finds Ridge and finds an opening in towards those mid doors. Losing one of the pillars of support here for Hard Legion. They desperately needed him to get the trade, but Dexter is off to a flying start here in round number 8. ESPADA are off to a flying start in Dust2. Hard Legion, yes, have been able to win 2 rounds. One off the back of a force buy. One was a convincing round win. But other than that, there's been holes and they've been picked apart by ESPADA. And this kind of round, this is scary for Hard Legion. They're not really doing a whole lot at all. 40 seconds left.
They can't do anything. Yeah. They can't do anything here. 35 seconds. ESPADA are definitely going to be going for the full commit. And you can see Dexter with the op playing very passively. And here comes the play. Just a 1 flashback to the CTs. And it's in hands of Kinky. He hasn't used it yet. And look at the flashes flying out from the T side. They're going to find an empty bomb site. They're going to get the bomb down. A Forester needs to go Super Saiyan. And unfortunately, at this instance, I don't think there's much he can do. That was an unnecessary deal from Sotpick, but hey, you know, 5-2 up, you know it's a 5v3 bomb down, might as well just go for it. So, forgivable. Usually I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to do that, but this time around it's fine. The 2 rifles might be saved here, Krad and Kinky, but and you can see how ready they are. If you look at the minimap, you can see Dexter. Look at his position. He's all the way at car towards T-spawn. He's ready for the save to come in towards tunnels. Unfortunately for him, the CDs aren't going to be saving towards tunnels. But that's how ahead ESPADA have thought of. They kept their offer ready to go for the, you know, to try and kill the CDs as they try to save. So they're looking very confident at the moment. 6-2 on the map pick. And Rage having a hell of a game already. 9 frags to the man. But Dexter on the other side, 10 kills. Those 10 kills are more instrumental because that's net them 6 rounds.
Well, 6 rounds on the board on the T side. Hard Legion's money in the bin for this round as well. After the open hands of Rage, the M4 for Krad, but the rest are on pistols. Rage is going to be trying his best to find some damage in towards A long, but doesn't get a single kill. And they have to concede long control, and ESPADA already have a player up on top of it. It's Dima, all the way pushed up. Plenty of teammates in behind him. Rage gets boosted up on towards the site. So, in theory, he should be good for at least 1 kill here, but Dexter spots his head, nearly taking him down. Patsy is going to open things up, though, for ESPADA. If you remember back to the last match we casted, Blood, Patsy was having some really, really solid rounds, but he did somewhat drop off during the same map over on Mirage. So if he can try and keep his performance consistent throughout here, this is going to spell a lot of danger for Hard Legion, because we've got everyone kind of showing up on ESPADA at the minute.
Yeah, this is going to be a game that it's going to be pretty hard. The thing for ESPADA is we only have 2 games to really gauge of them, right? And one was the matchup against Navi, which is a very, very close affair, and the second one was against Simon, where they kind of fell flat in the final map. But they did definitely put up a fight against Simon Gaming, who are one of the favorites as well. And for Hard Legion, I haven't really seen them in the second game. We did see them play against Simon, where it was a very, very interesting matchup, to put it very mildly. And then they did lose to Prosta, who are one of the the better teams in the entire CIS Road to Rio, right? I mean, Prosta are a very, very known lineup. You have Yekender, you have World Edit, you have Waylander, Demasik. I always get confused with Dima and Demasik. At one point, I even thought they were the same person.
Just so many Demas. I wonder what it means in like Russian.
That's true. I actually don't know that. That would be well, if anyone in chat does know about that, anyone speaks Russian, please feel free to let us know.
But yeah, we're seeing, I think, a pattern form here. The CIS region is just so close and hard to call. You don't really know who's going to show up on what day, and it's very unpredictable. So it's an element of excitement thrown in there. We have got ESPADA on 7 rounds already. Hard Legion coming back into things with a bye. Rage is going to be on the AWP again, trying to get involved, but this time M4 is across the rest of his team. Smoking off the Molotov, Patsy with fast and furious pace straight on towards A long. It's Finnegan who actually takes the initial kill. Sviat from inside the pit doing work. Only manages the 1 kill though. And that's going to leave the advantage in favor of ESPADA.
Again, man advantage, and now Hard Legion for Rage. He needs to make a play. I mean, he's playing pretty aggressive, but he's also very wary. He's like, what if I die? That's a big investment down the drain. There's no one to trade for him either. The Hard Legion just going on an excursion towards mid. It's still a lot of time to work with. Look at how patient ESPADA are. They still taking a sweet time clearing out the rest of the map. You have Dima towards the lower tunnels. He's holding the fort over there. You have the AWP in the form of Dexter still towards T-spawn. They're being very, very slow and methodical. Don't want to give anything away. Don't want to give a free round away. And it looks like it's going to be hit towards speed. Now it's a time for Rage to really pop off. 2 players making their way in, 3 players in fact, and then AWP needs to go big here, Dinka.
It really does. Needs to show up. Rage just holding in towards the tunnels. Molotov is going to deploy. Ready. They come back off of long and regroup with his teammates as they go back in towards the B-bomb side. 20 seconds left. No. It charges through. Rage gets flashed off the angle. A real mistiming there for him. A little bit unfortunate. And at this point, probably just consider saving, because you haven't got a single kill. If Rage gets one kill there on the AWP, then, you know, you've got a real chance of winning the round. But with them not getting anything done, being forced out of the bomb site, and also having the disadvantage, you've got to save everything into this next one. So ESPADA, it2 off to the races here on Dust2. Absolutely no chance here for Hard Legion in any of these rounds. They're just getting shut out completely.
Completely shut out indeed, and the save comes in, but even to save these guns, I don't really see what's going to come out of it. ESPADA are so careful and wary on the T side, and firstly, long control is not a thing for Hard Legion right now. They're not able to take control of long, and ESPADA just keep coming out on top of it. And then Hard Legion, even if they do try and aggress, you can see how passive ESPADA are. What I'd like to see is some extremity aggression. Like, they're not able to take mid at the moment. They're not able to take short at the moment. They can try and take upper tunnels, perhaps push up a double man push towards upper tunnels, or maybe go for a pincer play towards mid. Something where it's not just one player going for information play, but, you know, 3 players just peeking in together and trying to catch a couple of players off guard here. Because right now, they're just playing into ESPADA's hands. Just looking pretty rough indeed. Also, it turns out Dima is short for Dimitri. I could be wrong. I mean, that's what I read in Twitch chat.
I mean, that does make sense. Very common name in the CIS region, so that does make a lot of sense. Maybe it's like the Dennis of Eastern Europe. We had this discussion yesterday about how many Dennises there are, so maybe Dima is the Dennis.
It could be indeed, as we do have... Ooh, crad. That's gotta suck. He does do a little bit of damage on the Patsy, and now Rage with the AWP, switching it up, playing up towards mid. Pretty much always lonesome though. They have opted to keep 3 at A. Rage alone towards mid, and the one turret on the B bomb side that is Forrester. He's got just a flash and a nade to work with. Once again, you can see Hard Legion's positioning. It's very passive. Look, if you just look at the minimap, see how much of the map is in control with the T's, with ESPADA. And now with Rage getting taken down, that's mid control completely wrested away from Hard Legion. They're just getting nothing done, Dinka.
It's really mental because Hard Legion have so many good individual players. We usually attest them to have great teamwork and a system that you can actually be pretty impressed by, but this is not going so well for Hard Legion whatsoever. It's going to be the catwalk smoke up as ESPADA starts to move forward. We're trying to overrun this A bomb site defense. Kinky and Sphere in a crossfire. It's going to be Kinky, the first pillar of support for the defense. It's going to be 1 kill, but he swings wide and gets dropped by Dexter. Now Sphere trying to get some work done. It's going to be Crad who also falls, but Sphere popping off gets 1. But it is only the 1 kill, unfortunately, and that will be the round going in favor of ESPADA. Unless Forrester pulls off a heroic punch, while Pats is waiting for him. 4th kill of the round, it's gonna, game, and it's going to be 9-2. ESPADA taking themselves a very convincing lead so far in Dust2, and to be honest, there's no signs of stopping. Hard Legion haven't really been in a position to prevent this from happening.
Indeed, this is just very convincing work coming out from ESPADA. I can't really blame Hard Legion too much either. I mean, they seem to have some basic idea how to approach things, but it's just that ESPADA completely outplaying them. And at one point, you need to have... might see a little bit of technical issue taking place here. I think a couple of players, one player of ESPADA having some TeamSpeak issues, I do believe. There we go. So we're gonna have a restart taking place. Shouldn't take long. I think a TeamSpeak issue for the ESPADA players. But yeah, 9-2, and this might be a little too late. I know we've said this time and time again, Dinko. I know we've been cursing the games, but this one might be the one where ESPADA win convincingly. They look very good. Their defaults are really on point. Dexter is just being indomitable with that AWP as well. Yeah. So this is really cool stuff. Also, Dima's 6th name is Dmitry Matvienko. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And Dima's name is Dmitry Bandurka. So yeah, the element of truth in that. Dima just comes from Dmitry. I'm surprised there are not more Dimas then.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of like they've filled up their quota. They've got 2 of them. That's enough, right? But the thing is, we're saying this, but the T side, it always seems to happen on the T side, then teams fall flat on the CT side. So I'm willing to say it's going to be a one-sided first half, but I'm not so confident in it being a one-sided victory. I feel like Hard Legion are going to come back on this T side. I think we see it too often now, Blair, to let that slide. I think we're definitely going to see some sort of resistance from Hard Legion on the T side. It's where they do most of their work. So we'll see if that is the case. ESPADA can look indomitable at the moment, but this could be the turning factor. You know, Hard Legion got a buy back in. Maybe after this pause, they come up with something revolutionary, Black.
Well, it could happen. It could happen. It is CIS Counter after all. It has been one hell of a ride so far as Finnegan. I think Molotov pushing him out. 3 CTs lying in wait. Much better hold from Hard Legion. Finally, they decide to contest long. They keep 4 players, in fact, there early on. But that's the call for ESPADA to go for a fast break towards B. It's going to be Dima leading the way. He's going to be walking on. Spots out Kinky. Kinky needs to stay alive. He needs to stay alive. He cannot get taken down here because backup is quite a distance away, waiting for the flashbang from his teammates. It comes out, but Sophic still going to nail him. And look at the damage being done to Sviat and Forrester as well. This is looking rough, despite being 2 men down early on, Dinko. Bomb is going to be planted, and even in a 4v3 man advantage, it's never going to be easy getting the site back in control, and especially with Sviat and Forrester bleeding out internally.
Saltfink is here holding on towards the lower tunnel. It's going to be Rage trying to overrun him, but Saltfink, oh my god, gets jumping headshotted. This is not the way this should go. The T side trying to just hold on, but there's so many players on the CT side that are low. It's Dex that turns around and catches Forrester, and yeah, the safe call having to come through. No kit on the back of the CT, and well, it's going to be 10-2, but that nearly went the other way.
That is a very, very good call from ESPADA. Very smart. Quick decision making. The second, he saw so much of a heavy presence towards the long bomb side. Sorry, the A long part of the map. That's when you go for the fast B play. You know, there's probably just one player there, or because you need to have someone towards mid, especially when you have that heavy presence towards long. And they went for the fast play, and Kinky needed to stay alive on that bomb site. He needed to do something. In fact, he got nothing done. He did the right thing, trying to stay alive for as long as possible, but a Molotov pushes him out. Flashbang comes in for his teammates, but the team is so ready for it. They were inside the tunnels when a fast flashbang popped, so they weren't blinded at all. Great play from ESPADA, despite the initial heroics from Hard Legion.
Yeah, well, Saltfink, it's going to be straight away the bottom mid player. Involved spam through the smoke, trying to catch off Pinky in behind it, but luckily he is behind the wall. He's not going to be peeking into the oncoming spray. So ESPADA have reached double figures. The pressure's kind of off now on the T side. They've done enough. Their job is done, but obviously they want to try and get some bonus rounds chipped away here as well. They're doing as much as they possibly can, playing the slow default, working their way through middle, passive hold from Patsy over towards long. I feel like Patsy's role is one of the most, he's kind of like that heavy lifted, the really boring role where he just does all the terrible jobs that he's asked to do. He's just holding top middle, holding A long. He's doing it quite well though. He has good patience, and I think it's important to have a player like that that'll just do those roles. And not make any mistakes in doing them as well.
True. I think it's very, very underrated, right? As we like to call it in our local parlance, like the bitch roles.
Yeah, exactly.
As it is. And it is something which a lot of players, you'll notice at like the higher levels of Counter-Strike, you obviously have a star player. I'm not going to take Navi's example. Let's say you have a Zaibu or a Simple-esque player, right? And you have like so many other potential star players, and you're the one who's setting them up, who's getting them ready. And many of the times for a lot of the viewers, they don't see the importance about this guy's positioning in a part of the map. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to you know, go for some crazy flashes or nades or smokes or get the opening. Nothing. He just needs to stay alive in a part of the map, and that will time and time again net you the round. That is something which is very, very hard to quantify or to highlight, but that is the way it is. And Dima, the flank from tunnels, he finds one. He's looking for more. Kinky will get the kill, but Patsy is ready. Kinky caught in midair. It's all in crowd. 1v3. He knows there's no chance in the hell here. He's gonna head straight for the hills already. The hunt definitely perhaps on. Maybe not. Doesn't really matter. ESPADA at this point, they can do whatever they want. They can do no wrong. Patsy spots him out. Krat versus Patsy, and Patsy makes a paste from his brain matter. Round number 12 for round number 11 for ESPADA. 2 rounds remaining. This is just a steamroll.
It's a lovely visual thought I've been given, Blair. You know, just nice. First game of the day.
Little bit of some death metal influence thrown in. Yeah.
Well, 11-2 ESPADA. They will be not stopping at all here. It's going to be Hard Legion scrapping together what they can. They've went to the jumble seal. They've managed to pick up a FAMAS and MP9. 2 M4s and an AWP. They haven't got plenty of utility, but they got a good enough level as indicated by the ESL HUD level, but it's now low with that one smoke being used up.
I love how the ESL HUD in particular, I mean, they're obviously almost every tier seems to have their own HUDs, right? But ESL HUD in particular, I love how it's evolved over the years, right? They never stop trying to innovate and come with new things, and ooh, rage. You hate to see that. You hate to be the receiving end of that. I have many times, Nick. I'm sure you have as well. It just... You're just holding the right angle, you know you're just waiting patiently, and then you see like 2 or 3 nades straight into your face. That's gotta suck. Nice re-aggression from Hard Legion, but they find no one, and the mid is completely bereft of any CD side presence, Dinko. This is not looking good again for Hard Legion. It hasn't been looking good for a while, but it looks like...
That looks better.
That looks much better. Krat does survive. Taking his sweet time, and Beamer's aware, almost gets a second kill. Krat now 16 HP, and it's gonna be Pat. He's gonna pluck his head off his shoulders, and they walk in towards A bomb. So Rage is sweating with AWP, and Dexter almost gets him to the edge of the wall. And now in a 1v3, he's unaware where this guy is behind him. He's just got mad, but he will finally get taken down. Final round coming in, but Hard Legion at least get one more round on board.
I love how he just jumps off catwalk, doesn't even check any angles. Just kind of, yep, I will survive. But Hard Legion, yeah, that not the best round, not the prettiest round, but it's effective. They get it done. Krat jumping around the corner on short. I don't know what was going through his head. He was just so comfortable to come back and just start reloading. So much faith in his teammate. He luckily turns around and finds a second kill there, but... ESPADA, I think once the chaos actually started to unfold on catwalk, they started to panic a little bit. You could see as soon as Patsy got the trade, instead of sitting back and calculating their next move, he kind of just seen blood and moved forward on towards the A bomb site. He got picked off, and while now ESPADA looking to try and go for the B rush. Good trade for Patsy. I thought he was going to fall very quickly there. Luckily, Fiat does drop the bomb, and ESPADA still hold the disadvantage. Saltfic is going to be having to come off his mid-angle and back over towards the tunnels to assist, but Hard Legion have so many players already up in towards the B side of things. This is not going to be easy for ESPADA. We're looking at potentially a 4th round here for Hard Legion.
I like the fact that sending 3 players to go for the retake, and this position from Saltfic, he could find one. Very passively demonstrated. Oh, the trigger discipline.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Krat turns back. I think he saw him on the last second. Saltfic caught off, and that is absolutely horrible. It's Finnegan trying to do his best work. Now Dexter holding the site as the CT's reaggress back into the bomb site. It's Dexter having an absolutely brilliant half. 3 big kills in the round, and now it's all onto Riz trying to get involved, and it's going to be an easy kill for him. The round will be picked up in the end by Hard Legion, but 11-4 at the half. Hard Legion are not going to be too happy about that.
They're not going to be happy. I mean, at least to get the round, but 4 rounds on the CD side and Dust2, it could still happen. We could see the CD side for ESPADA fall flat, but we're going to find out in a bit.
We are going to find out right after this break. Make sure you stay with us. Second half coming up after the break.
Told, stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me, it's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again, dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the and come alive, go to hell and back, just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive. Come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We done came so far, now we up now. Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we own the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so hot they can't take it. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back. just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Come alive.
I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Come alive. Come alive. Come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive in the nighttime. Come alive, come alive, come alive in the nighttime. Come alive, come alive, come alive in the nighttime.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half. We've got Hard Legion taking on ESPADA here, and we've got ourselves an 11-4 half coming in from ESPADA. Looking good coming out of the T side, and we'll see if they can continue their success as they move into the second. It's going to be Patsy behind the wall. In front of them, Forrester waiting, but this is going to be difficult to hold on to for the CT side if they don't get this initial kill.
Yeah, this is a very, very risky setup. That it works or doesn't. He's waiting for the he's waiting for the flash. It's actually going to be one to make contact. Forrester. And creeping up. It's a tango of death, Denko, but they don't see each other yet.
For anybody who is wondering what Patsy is doing right now, if you're new to CS, he's playing anti-flash. He's looking into the wall, but in case the flashbang comes around the corner, he's ready just to swing wide and take down the T side. Well, there's a flash in towards middle. It's going to be Kinky. He makes his way through. Finnegan is on the other end of it. You've got Dima up in the window as well. Nice passive hold from the CT side on the B side of things, but Patsy's going to get aggressive a little bit forward now, pushes forward, catching himself. Death only. It's Dima and Degster who take the kills across the map for the CT side, but Rage fighting back, wins the duel against Degster. Now the push coming in towards the A bomb site. It's Sotfik waiting for it. Headshot comes in from default. His teammates are rotating over as well. It's all onto Rage to do the damage. He has to pull off an ace in the pistol, and while he's gone, he's out back towards long. ESPADA have such a good hold at the minute. It's going to be difficult for Rage to find a way into this.
The two cities holding the line together. It's going to be very hard indeed, like you mentioned, Nico, for him to cross. He needs to get the first kill on the Sotfik, who isn't showing himself, just teasing him. Beautiful tap from Rage, though. Somehow managing to isolate the player, and now he's going to cross on over onto the bomb site. He knows where Sotfik is. He's going to win the duel. 1 second, no time remaining, but a valiant effort from Rage. That was almost impossible. But he almost makes it look like he had a chance there. But again, a well-played round from ESPADA. They had a perfect counter, but despite the heroics of Rage, it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, a little bit unfortunate there for Rage, but he was the only player doing anything. Unfortunately for Hard Legion, if they just have one more player showing up, potentially they find a pistol and get off to a good start here in the second half. But ESPADA, they are off to the races again. CT start looking good for them. 12-4. They're only 4 away from victory here on Dust2. Hard Legion haven't really shown us anything. There's been a few individual rounds here and there. Rage is certainly playing well. 16-8 right now on the board. But there hasn't been a consistent success even down the barrel here for Hard Legion. Brad is going to be making his way through. But look at Sotfik. He is ready towards CT spawn if Crad decides to walk any further. He makes the informed decision to come back and not re-aggressor. Get too aggressive in towards that mid position. Hard Legion set up on catwalk. If you try and get close up and personal on towards this A bomb site, trying to unleash death from the Deagles.
I haven't really seen too many decal action from Heart Legion so far today, which is surprising considering how absolutely insane these players are with the pistols. But here comes a play though, an MP9 doing a bit of damage. Gothic burns on a lot. Two trades taking place, but Dexter is not done. 3k with the FAMAS, and it's all in Sviat in a 1v3. He's picked up the MP9. He's got a Tech 9 to run and gun and find something. He knows he has an approximation of where Dexter might be, but can't find anyone else.
Oh, he's going to be flanked and killed by Dima. 13-4. ESPADA, they survive a possible round upset from Heart Legion. I mean, you have to remember, back to that first half, they managed to pull off the pistols, but not this time. Heart Legion not really getting too much done. The Deagle's coming back in. It's the full deco across the board. No Kevlar, no utility, just Deagles in play for every player over at Heart Legion. ESPADA should be looking down at 14 rounds on the board. And, you know, you see 11-4 at a half, you think it's a scoreline you can come back from potentially, but I feel like you need to win the pistol, or at least that force buy in the second round. I think now that it's going to go 14-4, I think we're looking at a pretty done deal for ESPADA.
Here's a little bit of a history lesson. The deco was initially called the Russian deco back in, I think like 15, close like 15 years ago. So it is very apt to see, you know, the full deco rounds coming up from these CIS teams, kind of a throwback to this, where it started from. Rage, okay, just destroys Patsy through the door. Krad's gonna walk on up. He knows it might be a little bit of damage. He takes a couple of shots. Finnegan is very worried. He's got a Molotov. He's not gonna use it. Instead, he's gonna take the fight, and he wins it. But at what cost? Down to 23 HP. And now, for Heart Legion, it's down to 2 players. It's Rage and Krad, and Rage is not going to go down without a fight here. He's down to 33 HP, but he has definitely been the player to watch the Heart Legion so far.
Well, Dexter taking Krad down. That's the bomb gone. Now Rage with an opportunity will fall to Dexter as well. And ESPADA, they only lose the 1 player. 14-4, 2 away from victory. Last stand by coming in from Heart Legion already. It's going to be the 8Ks and the AWP purchased up for the T side. Trying to show us what they're made of, show us if there's anything left in the tank here for Heart Legion. It has to be almost flawless. It has to be flawless if they want to win in regulation. So, it's not looking
pretty much
too great for them.
Definitely looking great. But, I mean, the one thing going the way of Heart Legion is this is the map pick from ESPADA. Oh, that was unfortunate. Dexter. Not aware SVR is going to use the flames as cover to peek out and get the free frag. But yeah, it is a map pick from ESPADA. Heart Legion do have Overpass coming up next, which is their pick, and they were quite, they looked pretty good on it against Simon Gaming, although they did lose it in the end. It was still a very close affair. But they have that one thing going for them. But right now in Dust2, Adam, nothing, and I mean nothing, is going their way.
Well, I mean, they have got an advantage into this round, so maybe that's, maybe we can take that as something. We'll see if they can turn this into a round win. It's going to be a smoke going up on towards short. Flash at the ready as well. No one's on the A-bomb side at all from the CT side. So this should realistically be an easy bomb side take from Heart Legion. Patsy's trying to delay them a little bit, but they've pushed through long. They've got the site from short. What is that from ESPADA? Really gambling over towards B.
I guess I wouldn't really blame them for this. You are allowed to go for the gamble. Bear in mind, nice smoke there to help Patsy make his escape. It is a bonus round for the CTs, mind you, right? They had the MP9s. Sotfix, in fact, swapped out his MP9 for an M4. As long as they keep his 3 rifles alive, they're good. The money's still pretty solid. Look at Dima's cash. He's going to have about $6,000+, so it's same with Finnegan. And Dexter can even buy for himself if he wants to. So it's kind of like a bonus round. And they went for the gamble mid to B stack, and doesn't pay out. That's fine. But for Heart Legion, it has been a hard path. It has been a very, very rough map so far, but at least some signs of life now.
Yeah.
But the question is, like you mentioned, Dinka, they got to win basically almost every round to win the game from here on. That's 16 rounds. Oh, sorry, 12 rounds in a row. I make it 11 now, but still, that is almost an impossible ask.
Looking back at their most recent head-to-head matchup, it was on the 12th of April. Heart Legion took on ESPADA and beat them 2-0. 25-22 on Mirage, and then they played Inferno, which was 16-9. So we've got different maps in play now. We've got the first battle on Dust2, first battle on Overpass coming up after this. So it's good to change it up a little bit. They're currently split down the middle. 2 wins versus 2, and 2 overtimes as well, which is an important note to make. So these two teams incredibly even in terms of the results. We'll see if they can somewhat live up to that. It's going to be Hard Legion, you know, the AEKs, AWP in the hands of Ridge. Over in ESPADA, they've got the FAMAS, the MP9 still in play on Patsy. ESPADA just looking to hold on. This time, a lot more presence over towards A. Just a normal setup coming in default, but absolutely no control in towards middle. So, ESPADA don't know that, but a potential weakness here for them. It's going to be the Molotov that'll go on through and actually forces Kinky back alongside Fiat. So, not going to be holding up towards Cat.
That's holding a very, very scary angle towards Blue. He was playing the anti-flash, but it's playing alone, all by his lonesome. No one to back himself and back him up. But now he will reposition himself. A little bit of switch up. Dexter with the AWP, peering down long doors. Patsy playing up closer to MP9, a very good position for that particular SMG. And then, of course, you have Sotvik on the A-bomb side, just floating around towards Goose. It is going to be the A hit, the A split coming in. And it's Sotvik's aggression here. Now, it could really work on out, or it could just fall flat. If he gets taken down, then the A-bombs are completely compromised, and 3 players making their way from long. Sotvik hasn't been spotted out yet. Dex is going to get the first kill. Patsy now holding the line, lying in wait. They have no idea where he is. Rage scoped in, daring him to peek out as Sotvik gets a huge kill on the Krat. Spots out a second player as well. He doesn't really need to take the fight. And look at the madman that's Patsy just pushing in with the MP9. And Kinky barely alive. Dex is going to pluck his head off. Now Sviat comes running, but Dexter, he's not taking anything. It's all in rage as Dima finds him at mid. And as spotted, they shut it down. Don't lose a single player. And now they're 1 round away from taking map number 1.
It is looking almost impossible for Hard Legion to stay alive now at this point. The ESPADA are done with Dust2. They want to head on to the second map already. And what a statement this would be coming into this. You know, we have seen them play against each other before, but they're always close. Now this recent matchup, we've got ESPADA just showing up and slapping them up the face. This is unbelievable. Hard Legion are looking rough. And I think that's fair to say. I mean, I'm a big fan of this team. But oh my god, that's a chance. I mean, Sotvik just getting shut down by his own teammate. Now Hard Legion have a real opportunity into this round.
Well, you hate to see it. And this is so ballsy from Dexter. He's not even sure there's someone there. Oh no, delete it. 1 player on the A-bombs. Not even A-bombs, but towards Car. And Dexter, he's stuck. He needs backup. Real bad right now. He does have backup arriving in the form of Dima. He is blinded. He manages to sneak in, but Kinky finds him from long. The off in the hands of Dexter. He needs to go big, but he will be caught out. 3 T's staring down at him, and it's all in Finnegan with the AWP. He should try and save this. He knows there's a player right across the door. That is Viat, trying to hold on to that line, ensuring he doesn't make his escape quite yet. The takeaway with this gun, it's still not going to be too much of an issue. Of course, they want to keep the AWP. Finnegan's going to find... gets tagged down. And
why has he got back?
There from above to get the kill. ESPADA is still on map point, and I do believe they can go for the buy here. Yeah, they will go for the buy, although a couple of players will be a little strapped for cash. But that's alright. Finnegan sitting on 8k, Dima on 7,000 means they will not really have much of a problem going for an investment.
That's just the round ESPADA will want to forget. That is just not one they want to have in their brain. Not like aggressive starts, and then it just kind of crumbles. So Hard Legion given an opportunity to stay alive on Dust2. There's the AKs in their hands, no AWP. Dexter does have that back in his hands, although a dangerous weapon for his teammates. It is still very potent to Hard Legion, and while he'll be holding back in towards a long flashbang off the angle, gets in for the AWP, is still playing over towards this side. And ESPADA, well, they're going to be getting that opening kill. Dexter eventually will get his reward, peeking back over towards long, getting the kill. And now the advantage sides of ESPADA, they just need to hold on for this final offense. It's going to be Forrester. Nice little smoke to allow him to cross up towards the Xbox. Now Patsy under pressure. He's been pretty quiet in this game so far. A few mistakes, getting caught out of position, but this would be the time to show up.
He needs backup. He's got a player on the A-bomb side. There's Dexter. He needs to toss in something to help his teammate out. As Sotvik does find Krad. And 1 by 1, Hard Legion losing his battle of attrition. It's not looking good. All 3 players trapped. Bomb down and missed. And now Patsy strikes. He's done so much damage, Dinko. This could be it.
So much damage done for Hard Legion. Not really looking like they're in a position to be able to recover this one. I think we might just be looking down the barrel of overpass already. 40 seconds in play. Hard Legion trapped in towards Catwalk. They have no control, really. They've got one smoke, two now, with Ridge picking that one up. A flash and a Molotov. We'll see what they have up their sleeve. Looking for the A split. They're going to send 2 through long. Kinky's probably going to fall here, and there it is from Saltfic taking him down. Now the last 2 remaining players. There's 20 seconds left, trying to just make a Hail Mary play. In from A long. Flash is going to go up. They're ready for it here on the CT side. It's not going to be easy to cross, especially with Dexter holding that. They'll have to smoke off, and there's just enough time to get this bomb planted if Rage sprints over. But look at this. Saltfic looking to deny, looking to take him down, and well, he's done it. The round is done. The game is over. It's going to be 16-6. ESPADA. No, there was a millisecond in that plant, but team will clean it up anyway. And there we go. 16-6. ESPADA do get it done. And Hard Legion, not exactly the performance they'd love to wake up to and really get going in the first map of the day.
I haven't seen that animation. That was a very cool animation of Dexter just dropping down like a ninja.